Hello and welcome, my Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 8-card draw, What Do I Need read for this full moon in Libra, waning to new moon in Aries, March into April 2021. And after that very long introduction, I am your reader, Angelo Lyons. Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, Leo rising, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal, or you can call me Meow. Hi! Hey guys, having a really good day here at DrawingTheCircle Productions. We premiered Nancy Antonucci's new Essence spread on the channel. It's so good. Bringing in new people to the channel. Very, very busy here. Leo rising that I am, Mars conjunct, right? Definitely hit that artist archetype with a sledgehammer lately. Just some business before we get down to your business. My book Words of Grace is up on Kindle, and I am recording stuff from it and adding pictures and having an artistic field day, and those are coming out once a week on Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern. Also doing tarot parties on Facebook, my DrawingTheCircle Productions Facebook page. Of course, the other people I bring into this channel will probably be doing things there too, so if you are on Facebook, you might want to like and subscribe or whatever you do on Facebook, because we are moving forward. That said, links in the description box for all of that, certainly. But now let's talk about this reading. Let's get down to this business at hand. We're doing an 8-card draw. 8 different decks, 1 card each. We've got 2 healing systems, 2 tarot systems, and 4 oracles. Technically, one of them is not an oracle, but it's a new deck that I'm premiering with this series. I will do an unboxing and a review once I'm done with this series because I'm loving it so far, but you'll see. Everything's neutral. And the clues, tips, and hints that you need for a specific timeline, like a card a day, except 8, and not for a day, for 2 weeks. We are looking at the full moon in Libra on Sunday, March 28th to 48 p.m., all times Eastern. I am in New York. Then the waning phase of the moon, the releasing, the letting go, the dissolving, the minimizing, the pushing away, the banishing, all that stuff, to the new moon in Aries on Sunday, April 11th, 10:31 p.m. So it's a long day for a dark moon on a Sunday, but we'll be able to nail that. We'll probably do something that night, actually, come to think of it, on the 11th. That sounds like a good idea. Anyway, that being said, all I can ask from anybody watching any of these readings is, first of all, standard YouTube reading rules apply. It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your read, it's not your read. Check your other signs, because even if this is your read, another sign, like if this is your sun sign, if you're a Leo sun, then your moon sign might get a totally different perspective on the same subject, or something completely different that you need to know about, right? From my pantheons of the divine, to which I'm intimately and intricately interwoven in this life, apparently, to do this work. So yeah, both feet on the floor if you can. See, my legs are crossed, Virgo that I am, but both feet on the floor if you can, right? Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace, the clues, tips, and hints that I can for you this full moon to new moon. Next, please take a nice deep breath. This is my favorite part. Here we go, plugging me in like an old-fashioned switchboard. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension above, 8th chakra, and above. I feel like I'm sitting in the center of an amphitheater, please. 1 card in clarity from the Caroline Myss archetype decks. All the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box with links if you care to purchase or research them. So please, 1 card in clarity from the Caroline Myss archetype deck. What is the dominant archetype at work for the Leo collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, possibly myself too, within ourselves, within somebody else, within a situation. Some of that, all of that, can be very holographic. That we need to alchemize from lead to gold, this waning moon. This full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. Ooh, the student archetype. Now, look, I'm not a really good student, believe it or not. I'm a brilliant teacher. I am an autodidact. I'm self-taught. I teach myself everything because that's just how I am in this life, I guess. So the student archetype is not my favorite. I am like wicked class clown, particularly if the classes are boring. I just can't. I can't do it boring. But let's talk about this. This is a wisdom family archetype. There are 9 families of archetypes. The wisdom family is one of them, so it makes sense. The student. The shadow is what you don't want to look at within yourself, or maybe in with somebody else, or they don't want to look at it within themselves, however you want to, it's a general read. Or if you or they are aware of this, you don't want anybody to know about it. You keep it in the shadow. The light is what you are shooting for in terms of the healing in this for a waning moon, because lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table, so those 3 atoms have to be released, let go of. They can't be destroyed, because matter cannot be, created or destroyed, only transformed, but that's the waning moon process, shadow work, all that stuff. So the shadow, waning moon is perfect for shadow work. Arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge. Now, by the way, as a witch, I had to, it's like Defense of the Dark Arts, like I had to study stuff that I would never put into play. I mean, I have the black candles and the rusty nails and the goofer dust and all that shit upstairs, right, in a box. That's like DEFCON 4, not necessary. But, is there arrogance in that? Well, I've had my moments of that too. It's like, you have no idea what I could do with a Q-tip, right? Because you have no idea what I could do with a Q-tip. Unwillingness to translate knowledge into action, which is usually more the case in a general reading like this. It's like, you know what to do. You've learned it, but you're not translating into action. What is often in my family called the forever student, right? You're always a student. You never actually put it into play. The light attribute, though, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Now, I gotta say, humility. Humility is a very strange word, and it is the first grace, the grace of humility, that I talk about in my book in depth. Words of Grace. It is a prayer book. It is, it's fun. It's still in my voice, but it's not that serious of a book, but it is helping people. Right? And I got that from really learning from my life and then sharing that knowledge. That's very teacher, though. So the grace of humility, to know that you do not know. I call it the maiden grace. Oh my God, there are totally videos on the channel. The Gateway Goddesses, I think it's called. I named it. Why would I remember what it is? But an openness to lifelong learning here. That's really cool. Like, that is wisdom, because wisdom doesn't come from knowledge alone. It's wisdom plus experience equals wisdom. All right. I can watch Food Network and YouTubes about creme brulee all day long until I put blowtorch to sugar. I may have knowledge, but I do not have wisdom, and you do not want me to operate a blowtorch. I'm elemental water, honey. I'm a Pisces moon. I'm a potion witch. Let somebody else do the nope. Hard pass, swipe left. Okay. The Healing with the Angels Oracle. Doreen Virtue. This is our first healing system. This is our first oracle. Who's the angel you need to work with? This student archetype in play. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, so much information from just 8 cards. Please, my angels of fire and the sign of Leo, the Michaelites, please. 1 card in clarity for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. Who is the angel? The healing angel or legion of healing angels that the Leos need to help them alchemize, heal, because it is the Healing with the Angels Oracle. This student archetype from the full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries, 2021. The healing angel of self-acceptance. The mantra for me of self-acceptance, because I do it 1,000 times a day. It's okay. It's okay to think that, don't act on it, but it's okay to feel that, don't act on that. And it's okay to feel unsure. It's okay. It's okay. I am where I am. I can't get to where I'm going unless I am where I am. It's okay, right? Just even try it. Like, it's okay. I have no fucking clue what's going to happen next. Neither does anybody else ever. Oh, it is okay, right? And then some of what you perhaps have learned in terms of intellect, right, in terms of knowledge, really incarnating it, meaning to bring it into form, to bring it into flesh, to meet carn, right? Like carne asada, carnivore, right? To incarnate wisdom, to bring it into your flesh and bones here by accepting who you are and where you are, and maybe if you are dealing with somebody who is a student in that shadow, right? To be very self-accepting of what you're feeling about them and understanding that that might be an issue for them as well, right? Why don't people put into action the things that they've learned? Well, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I'm scared, or maybe if I do put this into action, it will change everything in my life. And I want to try and control the speed at which my life changes. And good luck with that. That's a lesson unto itself. The gods will have their way. We're not in control of this, but we do have free will in the moment. So let's ask, let's stay with the archangelic vibe here. The Crystal Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. This deck I dedicated to Archangel Ariel, my personal angelic lineage. She is one of the 3 archangels of the north. There's Ariel, there's Uriel, there's Oriel, which is technically both of them together, because they're a fun couple. But also the archangel of Lyons. Markangelo Lyons, right? Earth, powers of the North Crystal Oracle. Breathe. I just can't not teach. Here you go, my beloved Archangel. Ariel, I love you so much. Please, one card in clarity for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Watching this video, receiving this reading, maybe giving this reading, myself included here. What is the perfect crystal oracle message for the Leos, right? Working with maybe a crystal they can work with, the healing angels of self-acceptance, dealing with this alchemy of the student archetype from lead to gold, this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. Ooh, rhodonite. Different than rhodochrosite. Rhodonite tends to have some darker streaks in it. Rhodochrosite tends to be pinkish, reddish, and white, right? I forget what this one is for. I've worked with rhodochrosite. Oh, I opened up to rhodochrosite, though. It's certainly the next one. So let's get into this. The keywords: achievement, like a student's achievement, potential, emotional balance, and open heart. Haha, there we go, the angel of self-acceptance. You are well on the way to achieving your heart's desire, so trust and keep an open heart in mind. Oh, sorry, keep an open heart and mind. Well, an open heart in mind. Like, keep your open heart in mind. Life is always full of potential, and you are always on the right track. So do not be discouraged by the recent setbacks you may have experienced. Keep quietly focused on all that you wish to create and achieve. Not easy for Leos. Enjoy the journey and keep a loving attitude. Easier for Leos. Have patience and faith. Not easy for everybody. And the universe will help you manifest your dreams. And I feel like if this is you as the student archetype, you are being taught how to do that. You're absolutely being led and taught how to do that, and you just need to accept, okay, I know that I don't know, but I'm willing to be shown. Made in grace of humility. Something wonderful is soon to occur. Trust and keep an open mind and heart. Okay, achievement, potential, emotional balance, and open heart. Achievement, potential, emotional balance, and openness. All right. That's interesting. So heart's desires, and keeping an open heart and open mind, right? Definitely a good thing for a student archetype dealing with or needing the angel of self-acceptance. Let's get our tarot on the table. Daughters of the Moon Tarot represents the voices of the divine feminine for me. The heart, throat, third eye, crown, which you need to be aware of inside of yourself having to do with all of this. Please take a nice deep breath. My goddesses of fire and the sign of Leo, please, one card in clarity for the Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, coping, needing to cope with the student archetype by working with the angels of self-acceptance and the stone of rhodonite for that openness, that heart-centeredness, that emotional balance, their dream coming true. Feels like they're in preparation for something. So please, what do they need to be aware of inside of themselves? Heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra is this full moon in Libra. Waning to new in Aries. Excellent. Seven of flames, which is really more like Six of Wands in traditional tarot. Victory. Right? 3 women galloping on horses on cooling lava, traveling in the same direction as the lava is under the crust, right? So it's like everything's moving you forward and you're feeling that inside of you. This could very well be heart's desire oriented, but you know, everybody's heart's desire is a little bit different, but I will tell you this, I learned this last year, maybe. Maybe I've fully learned it, I don't know. We did not give ourselves our heart's desires. They were there. They were already there. Our heart's desires are already. They are written into these lives before we as souls are chosen to incarnate. They're part of the divine plan. That's why we can't get away from them. Oh, you can run. You can try and hide, but you take it with you everywhere, right? So much of misery is just not even acknowledging that there is a heart's desire there. And that's a form of intuition too, right? So if you're feeling this gallop inside of you, this victory, or at least wanting that, right? Know that sort of momentum. The universe is moving you in that direction of your heart's desire here. But if you are this student, really get that they're taking you seriously in the sense of like, we're going to give you what you need, but you have to keep an open mind and an open heart. You have to really, it would make sense, courage, right? The heart, the lion, right? Or to follow the heart, but to follow the heart, don't follow your heart if you're a homicidal maniac, you know, don't let the emotions take you over necessarily, and maybe that's part of that acceptance, right? Learning that balance, that it's all acceptable, but not everything needs to be put into action. Or spoken about, right? Maybe it can be confessed and healed in other ways. Oops, almost jumped a deck. What does this look like on the outside? Jump deck. Mythic tarot. What does this look like in the physical world, or how you appear from the outside looking in? Sometimes it can be both at the same time. Please take a nice deep breath. Both feet on the floor. Mark. Is this my read? I don't know. We'll find out. Please take a nice deep breath again. Clear them energy fields, my gods of fire and the sign of Leo. Please, one card in clarity for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. What's going on in the outside here that they need to know about, or perhaps how they look from the outside looking in, and perhaps it's both of those, because that's sometimes how this gig goes. Dealing with this student archetype that is needs to be alchemized with the help of the angels of self-acceptance, rhodonite, and this sense of victory inside needs to be embraced, I would think. So what does this look like on the outside? This full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. Oh, the sun. Here comes the sun. Doo-doo. Apollo, which is, believe it or not, god of the sun, duh, but one of the two gods that share the throne of Leo for me now. It's Aries and Apollo, because I have Mars conjunct Leo rising. Yeah, sometimes your gods are in your charts, just gotta look. My God, how wonderful. The joy, the happiness, the creativity, the clarity. Look, it's okay if you don't know. Things are gonna be made very, very clear to you. Hence the open heart and the open mind. Now, don't leave your mind so open that just anything can fall into it. Thank you, Dirk Pratchett. But certainly with this sense of victory, know that this is a learning curve. You can't ultimately get it wrong if you know that you're being taught something, right? You're not supposed to get it right. The first day of driver's ed, you're not supposed to be able to do donuts in the unless you're a member of my family, apparently. That was a thing. That was my brother and his Camaro. That was a thing. Donuts in parking lots in the 80s. It was fun, though. A little terrifying, but fun. I'm a Virgo. I can roll with it. But there's something so lit about this. I mean, really, this is the lit card. So this might very well be you from the outside looking in, considering it is the Leo card with great victory backing you up inside. So feel, right, that Seven of Flames. I know it's different than in the traditional tarot, but that's why I love this deck, right? That galloping, not just of your own free will, but the universe's will. Like, that's what it feels like. It's like alignment with divine will, and your light is really, really, really shining. Like a golden student, right? Like a straight A student. Not in math for me. Verbal. Robble. Little hamburglar realness for you there. Let's do our second healing system, the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck, to get you something, a little bit of a mind tool. MINDTOOL, which is what mantra means in Sanskrit, to cover, to protect, mind tool. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, this feels more about personal creativity than a soul contract. What we'll see, please, my Ascended Masters, one card in clarity, a General Assembly, Ascended Masters, what is a perfect healing mantra for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading with victory on the inner, the sun on the outer, road night they need to work with, self-acceptance, the angels are offering help, they need to take it with this student archetype, whether it's them, somebody else, the situation, all of that, some of that. What's their healing mantra to use with the road night, with the healing angel for all of that? This full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. Rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. I pretty much know all these mantras by heart, but not so much what he has written in the bookie book, which is freaking genius. Look, I am not affiliated with Hay House or Metcon. I doubt he knows who I am. I know who he is, obviously. I've really benefited a lot from his work. So there's a true eclectic witch for you. I will take truth and wisdom, openness to lifelong learning, witch. Okay. Rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. And that's, it's a mnemonic device. More, less, right? The more good, less bad. The more I feel good, the less often I will feel bad. Where are you? Rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. When the subconscious is rewritten, you are able to feel good on a regular basis, regardless of the way life unfolds. Okay, I'm not seeing anything horrible here so far, so we're good, right? In rewriting the subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness. Now, that is so key. Like that phrase, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning. Conditioning is what we've picked up. It's the cellular memories of our ancestors and, you know, the unprocessed emotional baggage. And my God, if you're an empath, who else's unprocessed emotional baggage you holding on to, right? So it allows you to reverse that, right? As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor in your reality. And before we finish this last little bit up, I will say this is very Abraham Hicks. This is very much about being in appreciation and going downstream and being in the vortex. It's just people got so divine masculine about it. So thought, choose. They got so like almost militant about it that the heart a lot of times got ignored, right? Because if they were feeling sad, oh no, we're not allowed to feel that. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because it talks about this being a less frequent visitor, right? As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor in your reality. It's not saying it's never going to come around again or you've done something wrong if you're having a moment or a day or a week or a year. It's all part of the curriculum. This mantra is ideal for relieving guilt, releasing shame, and finding joy in new beginnings, which I really kind of feel like as a student, you need to apply that which you, if this is you, that you need to apply, put this into action and just keep that humility. I know we're asking a Leo to have some humility, but humility is not humiliation. It's in my book. It's in my book. $9.99 US. Link in the description box. But what a brilliant mantra. I mean, it really does. This is almost giving you permission to say, will you please just feel good? Will you learn how to feel good in your current situations? Because why else would you have this victory card inside of yourself? Literally the word victory written on the card with the sun on the outer. New deck. The magical spell cards with Lucy Cavendish. She's got brilliant cards, that Lucy Cavendish. Thank God for speech classes. So much fun. Yeah, this is new. I picked it up at, where else, Mark, would you ever pick something like this up from? From the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs when I visited my parents. Was that last week? Oh my God, that was only a week ago. It feels like 10,000 years ago. So this one, it's an interesting deck. Like I said, I will review it once I'm done with this series, having used it professionally, right? Haven't used it with a client yet, so let's give it a shot here. They're just rhyming couplets. They're like spell. Right? It's called Magical Spell Cards. Craft, cast, activate, empower. They're neat. Please take a nice deep breath. Because this is a whole other different pantheon they brought in for this. Please. The collective pantheons of ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and watching this video, receiving this reading. What is their perfect magical, with a K, magical spell card in tandem with all of this going on. A clue, a tip, a hint for them with this student archetype, self-acceptance, rhodonite, victory, the sun, and rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. Ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, what's their spell this full moon in Libra, waiting to new in Aries? New beginnings. This is preparing you for new beginnings. New beginnings. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. Oh my God, it's got good rhyme and meter. Let this magic in my spell clear this space in which I dwell. A 7/7 meter, I'm okay. It's not 8 and 8, but that's okay too. Wow, for transformation, it's 7, number of transformation and change with a butterfly on the card. See, they're not all like that. But this one really I love. I'm a Virgo. I appreciate perfect rhyme and meter. I do. That's really good. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell for the highest good, and with harm to none as I will it, so let it be done. It's not really a cackler, though. That doesn't invoke a cackle in me. I could make it. Writer. This feels really good. You've got new beginnings in, but then it is certainly here talking about clear the space in which I dwell, right? Which is very waning moon. I feel like this new moon for you, because it is in Aries, like it's going to, at some point it's going to trine whatever your sun sign is, right? It's a same element. So neat. Like if you get transits, or you can get a transit, you might want to look at your chart, whatever your Leo connection is, and see, ask somebody like, what's it going to do with this new moon for me? Because it feels like a really new beginning, and that's what new moons are all about. And this is all good. Like, and yes, is it going to be, you know, sunshine and lollipops and moonbeams everywhere? Probably not, because life isn't like that. And it never was ever, and it never will be, unless, you know, we fully incarnate heaven on earth, perfect utopia, Olympias new, right, whatever you want to call it. We're imploding the third and fourth dimension by anchoring the fifth dimensional unity consciousness. That's a new beginning. It's been going on for 100 years or so. Last card down. I love this deck. The Whispers of Love Oracle, the voices of the higher selves of all involved, yours and anybody else. But honestly, looking at this, I'm not seeing anybody else in this. This feels like a solo read, but let's see. This last card can often be a party turner. Breathe. Oh, both feet on the floor. Shit. They're so serious. The higher selves of all involved. Perhaps my own included. Please, one card in clarity. Last card down for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight, the whisper of love from the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension above, 8th chakra and above, for this Leo, dealing with student archetype, self-acceptance, rhodonite, victory on the inner, the sun on the outer, rewriting the subconscious, and new beginnings? Let the magic in this spell clear the space in which they dwell. This full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries. Is that just one? That's just one. Have patience. You know, not a Leo thing. Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. I think this is your waning moon message. Just have patience. Mine has been slow down. They're like, slow your roll, Virgo. You want to put out more content. You want to keep working. Slow it down. You're putting out so much so fast, right? It's like, slow down. I'm like, it's the same thing. Be patient. You can't put an acorn in the ground on a Monday and get a full fucking oak tree on Tuesday. It's just not how it goes. But this definitely feels about creativity. Yeah, I mean, if you want to relate this to a relationship, I guess you could, because all relationships are going to have their moments of feeling good and feeling bad, and certainly to embrace that. But what I'm getting overall here, because it is such a general read, is that the wisdom you are alchemizing in this with this student archetype, whether you're dealing with one in your life or it's you or the situation itself, is really a learning curve. Again, it can be all of those things. The patience is really the virtue, but patience often comes, I find, through the grace of humility. I don't know. And I know that I don't know. And it's okay for me to not know, because honestly, my vow, my relationship, my contract with the gods is just only show me what I need to know at this point. If what I want to know and what I need to know happen to be the same thing, great. But if they're not, only what I need to know, right? Because you drive yourself crazy. So let me give you the blessing, as I always do, the grace of prayer, being mine since birth, apparently. Breathe. feet on the floor. My collective pantheons of the divine, please. May the entire Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon in Libra, waning to new in Aries, that they may embrace the victory within them that they need, working with the rhodonite, that open-mindedness and that open-heartedness for themselves, because their heart's desires are starting to manifest here, alchemizing that student archetype into the gold of humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning, as they glow like the sun and have things illuminated for them in the outside world, so this energy of moving forward can move forward as they rewrite the subconscious. The more they embrace feeling good, the less often they will feel bad, as they have patience, because love is patient and kind always, and even if we're not always in that place, that's okay. It's a learning curve, hence calling upon the angel of self-acceptance for when they're not feeling so humble, when they're feeling humiliated, when they're feeling impatient, because there are new beginnings coming for them. Let this magic in this spell clear the space in which they dwell, for the highest good and harming none, as I will it, so let it be done. So motivate, and so it is. There's your read. Woo, pretty good. If you liked it, like it, you want more, subscribe, you want to comment, please do. You want to share, have at it. Hit the notification bell, and please do check out my book if you want. It's really good. You can just and you don't need the Kindle. You don't need Kindle to get Kindle anymore. You just need the Kindle app on one of your devices, and that's what I did, and I got it, and it's really, really cool, and it helps the work. Every little bit helps, pays my bills little by little, and more books to come if this one really sells. Anyway, so wishing you all the very best and the very blessed. Talk about I mean, I can see myself in this, new beginnings, and have patience. In terms of my career, I am in a new beginning phase. Come to think of it. Anyway, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed, my beloved Leos. Farewell. And blessed be.